I got bored of that. Hello,
Hello.
it's Mark. We got Ray in the house. 4 minutes late, only because the traffic was horrendous up there. I didn't know there was some random roadworks until I pulled down the
Well, they
road.
just still down that road where we had to go all the way around last week or the week before.
No, no, no. This is up by Marks and Spencers. But hey, we are here in the building. It is 13th of July. We got one more week of Scouts. I was a bit nervous coming into Scouts because I knew the Beavers were on bike ride tonight. The gate was unlocked. The doors were unlocked. The lights were on. The cupboard up here was unlocked. And I thought, and Ray's bag's not there. But we're here. And you're here.
Yeah, I was the one that opened all the doors and put the lights on.
That's good. That's good. Right, let's find out where everyone is scouting from tonight. Let's have a quick see who is tuning in internationally. We always get some international viewers. Let's see who is in the house tonight, and then we will get on with what we've been over the last week. Come on, let's see. Right, here we go. Let's see. We have got Steve from hand pink waving. That's an emoji. That's an emoji.
See, I was thinking, what 3 words? And I was just about to look it up.
Ah, all right. Let's go on then.
Turn it off airplane mode.
Dan's tuning in from CM District. Wish me luck. Axe throwing with Scouts tomorrow. Axe throwing.
Hand pink waving.
Tomahawk throwing. Oh my gosh, it's Ray. Whoop whoop. Not. When did anyone get excited about Ray in the building?
I'm a guest appearance.
Guest appearance. Charlotte tuning in from Kent. We have got Cleo in New York. Jason from Northants. Doug tuning in from Bites is going to reunion on a Sunday. Nice one. I will definitely be there.
Hand pink waving is in Indiana.
No.
In the States. Yeah.
No. Stephen is definitely not in where? Louisiana. Indiana. No.
Could be on holiday.
No.
Could have broken up early.
No. Stephen, tell us, are you in Indiana? Because I don't think you are. Where do we get up to? Stuart and Martin from Fife. Hello, Joshua tuning in. Mark and team, hope you're well. Tuning in from Cadets, but with Explorers also. Nice one, Joshua. Thank you very much. Jan is in the building. Tomahawk throwing with Scouts and parents. I was about to say you can use the parents as targets, but no, you can't.
No.
Human targets, no. Even with an outline, you can't. Birkenstadt with Explorers for picnic. Is that different than a picnic? Because there were picnic. Nope. Hello, Ian's tuning in. Roger, how you doing, Roger? We got Ray here tonight. Interesting post that Roger commented on today. On Scouts UK. No, Scout Leaders UK. Scout Leaders UK, yeah. Someone posted about first aid kits.
So there's been lots of comments or posts on that based upon the lines, and then like people are making up, or it feels like people are making up like answers, like
yeah,
like what time do people need to leave if they don't have a DBS to be at camp and stuff like that. And yeah,
we'll be talking about that one actually. Thanks for the reminder, Ray. That's on my list. Southern Norwich District now on summer break till September. What? We start back doing a weekend camp. Nice. Oh, you break up a week early. Our Scouts don't break up till next week.
I mean, considering how many we've got tonight, it might have been. Yeah,
we've got hardly any because most of them are on school.
Residential. Yeah,
I think. Yep. Nathan tuning in from Gateshead. Hey, how you doing? Going to Thorpe Park with Explorers on Saturday. Cannot wait. Josh, you should have told us because
it's just down the road.
Just
from me,
down the road. It's not far away. I still got around the corner from there. Just gotta make sure. Okay. No, that way. Should have told you, Josh. We would have come and said hello. Now, hopefully, we don't do that big. Right. Tonight, where's your necker?
It's in my bag.
All right. Tonight's necker is. We've got a bit of Bush Scout going on tonight.
Yeah, I just had my standard 80 feeling blue.
Rebecca, we only meet monthly because we are special needs. Oh, nice. Rebecca, can you drop me an email, actually? My email address,
I was almost going to give out your own.
My email address is mark@bigmanlords.co.uk. Yeah, Ray was going to give my personal email address, which I would have. Yep. Yeah. Only because I'd like to do a vlog about special needs. I've been talking about it for a while. People have been asking me, so it'd be actually brilliant if you, Rebecca, could get involved.
We did it at the last Bush Scout event I did when we went to Norjam.
Yeah, that was the Wednesday evening kind of thing, wasn't it?
That's like the rest of the week all sort of blurs into in bits and stuff, and you couldn't tell what day it was, but like everything from that session is just
the special needs Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah. Awesome, Rebecca. Thank you very much. That'd be brilliant. If you drop me an email, then I can.
Lots of smoke gets in your eyes that session.
Rebecca is doing a teddy bear village trail this month. So I see these things, right? And I see a lot of people when they work, when they volunteer in villages or smaller places, and they can go and prep stuff like this.
Yeah.
But if we did it here,
it'd be stolen by the time we even got to the end of the
road.
I was
about to say, do one loop and it's gone. Yes.
My mum knits those letterbox toppers.
She thinks she remembers you.
Possibly. I still have to do.
Scouter Stan, how you doing, man?
Too far from Indiana. Closer than we are.
Yeah. So, postbox knitting.
Yes, she knits the postbox toppers for like all the village.
Yeah, special events and stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, she'll just knit them
because she can.
She likes to knit.
Yeah,
but she moans about doing it, but then like she puts them on and then puts all the pictures all over Facebook and stuff, and then
gets nice comments.
Yeah, somebody stole one once. That was a big drama in the little village, but
dun dun dun. Right. So of course tonight we are begin playing my favorite. Don't know what we're going to pick tonight. We got top 3. It's going to be even better because we got Ray playing along as well. So we'll do a separate one with Ray. We're talking about something that popped into my head. I got a question during the week, an email asking, what do you actually do with parent helpers? So each section will be different.
Tag your it and then run off down.
Latest.
It's only 2 hours away.
So we got squirrels, we got beavers, we got cubs, we got scouts. And I know experience from scouts is that they don't want their parents to be there. So we don't really have a parent helper. And the thing is, it's a bit best for both parents and for the scouts. Like the scouts want to, they're just getting to that age where they're too cool for their parents. They want a bit of a break. And that separation for them to be who they are. Yeah.
So I mean, when I did beavers, I'd allow the parents to stay for the first week, but then like between me and my wife, we had helpers elsewhere when we needed them. But like I was trying to help get that sort of dependency on parents like done with. So by the time they get to cubs, when it starts to come to camps and stuff, they're not as like, well, I need my parents kind of.
Yeah. So the question for you guys is, say you have a parent rota and you have a parent that comes up every kind of week. What do you do with them? What do they just kind of rock up? Do they kind of sit in the corner and
sometimes you just need the person to be in the room. We just don't need them to do anything.
A number, yeah. But what do you do? Like, because I think talking to different parents as I'm talking from different groups, if you have a parent who just rocks up and they sit there and they're just on their phone, they're not going to come back, in I don't know, whenever the rota is, say 6 or 7 weeks, because they're just sat in the corner doing nothing.
So I think if you're rotating them, you need to give them an expectation of what they're doing. And maybe,
but what do you do?
If you speak to them and find out what they do, like the only time I've had beaver parents stay for sessions is there was one that was a science teacher, so she did a few experiments and stuff, and other ones that could do sort of talks and stuff. I had one of my old scouts come in. He was a pilot with EasyJet, so he came in to do a whole chat with them about their air activities badge.
Okay, cool. We have an explorer parent who comes and helps with bushcraft. Yeah, exactly. So if there is a parent has a skill, we were talking about it on the last vlog about like if there's a mechanic, get them in. If there's a chef, try and get them in.
Try and get them to volunteer for camp.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're bingo. Charlotte is saying our parent helpers are really helpful with crafts, washing up. Also, if they have a skill, we use that exactly. But I think the question that was asked to me on an email is like, what do you do with a parent rota? So it's not that, Ray, you're good with bushcraft or sewing or whatever. We want you to do the sewing badge. It's the rate is on the parent helper. What do you get that parent to actually do when they arrive? Excuse me. So it's about like maybe just getting them involved a little bit. Maybe, oh, actually, could you go and get the balls from the cupboard? I don't know, could you supervise getting the chairs or tables or something? So actually give them an exact task rather than getting to sit and doing nothing. Jason, if they come off them, we make them an assistant with DBS. Yeah, no, I get that. So with my son's beavers, he's not in this group. He's with his mates nearer where we live. So I'm a parent helper. Yeah, so maybe it's a bit different because
you know the leaders through scouting anyway.
Yeah. No, but what Jason's saying is he makes them become assistants. So I parent rota one every 10 or 12, 3 months. I don't know what it is.
You don't have regular and sustained contact, or you shouldn't be left alone as a parent helper. So you shouldn't.
No, so you don't need to be. No. But if you're coming more than once a month, then you have to get on the books, as they say. Majority of our patients still in hospital mode. Majority of our parents are based within the army and they help with various things. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Alison, in our troop, we mainly use helpers either to supervise when we split into small groups for supervision or make up the ratios for outside activities such as white games.
Yeah.
I think that's probably rounds it kind of up. Yeah. But
you're the boundary, nobody should be behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is more or less what people are saying. And just go, oh wow, we have to pop up on this one. That's a lot of text, Ange. I have an annoying parent who doesn't want to help. She rocks up, talks to other leaders, so keeps themselves out of the session. I tried suggesting to her and asking if she could help out. I've tried to get to know her to find her strong points and see if she can run a session. She's a doctor, but she literally just sits there and chats. Last week, I had to make a point of saying, I don't need her this week. I'll have to wait to see if she will turn up. Thanks. I don't know if that was a question or was it a rant? Exactly. I think it was more of a vent. Yep, that's what I was getting at. Awesome. All right, let's go through Angie's thing because I think breaking it down into small parts.
I mean, if she's disrupting your session, just be like,
you don't need it.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the thing. If she is sitting there, she literally just sits there and chats. Okay, so one is who is she chatting to? If she's chatting to the leaders, that's the distraction from the leaders when they meant to be running badge work or games and just
kids, it's
a bit of health and safety.
Them from their what we're
they're learning and stuff. Yeah, exactly. She's a doctor. The doctor,
like a receptionist.
Doctor could be the GP receptionist. A doctor could be anything. It doesn't have to be a medical doctor. But sometimes, a bit like me, they've been talking all day and chatting and stuff, and sometimes you don't want to do anything. But that's kind of the opposite of what Angie's saying here, because she does sit there and chat. I reckon, Ange, yeah, you just say, listen, this is what we want you to do. We need you to do task 1, 2, and 3.
Clean all the cobwebs out the stores.
Exactly. Yeah.
Chat to the spiders.
Sort out this store up here.
I cleared this floor bit that we can get the table in there.
Just don't put over there. Beaver leaders. That's what I'm saying.
The cub leader, wasn't it?
No, it was a beaver leader. Beaver leader made this mess over here. Just so that we sorted it. He's messed it. Just dumped it. Anyway, Adam, before I was a volunteer, I remember helping out with beavers when there wasn't many leaders on the day, starting me thinking I wanted to be part of this. Boom.
Yeah.
We need your fishing rod because that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Hook them in. Yeah. I think we kind of covered all that about parent helpers, just making sure that the parent actually has a role. Claire is saying, we find beaver parents especially want to be helpers and some go through the different sections. When we need a big help out, almost every cub parent helping out. It was really positive for the group and got everyone talking and sharing skills that they can come and share in the future. I think that's what it is, though, isn't it? You know, if you start the parents in beavers, they kind of know like an expectation of what you want them to do. They understand the processes of beavers, now cubs. But yeah, it's when that first parent comes and they're not sure what to do, or they arrive maybe 5 minutes late or something, and you're trying to set up the games and tables and juice or whatever. So it'd be cool if you can get a parent.
Or when you don't need that help and then they insist on doing stuff
And then
and they sit and talk in the corner anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I think that's we've kind of answered that question. Thank you very much. Right, Ray, are you ready for a game? Shall we play a game? Shall we play top 3 or my favorite? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
See, I have no idea what you're talking about because I'm normally at work at this point.
Beautiful. So my favorite or top 3?
Oh, we'll go with my favorite. I only got to think of one thing, then not 3.
Favorite. Here we go. Right, I pressed the wrong button. I need to press this one. We said my favorite, so we pressed this one. Here we go. Let's get rid of the ad. Right, if you've never watched this before, it's a random wheel that I've put a whole lot of random different things on it of my favorite. Could be my favorite books, my favorite biscuits. And we've had my favorite knots and stuff like that. We are not going to know until we spin the wheel. What's it going to be? It's going to be my favorite book of all time. Oh my God.
An all-time book. Probably the SAS Survival Guide. I've had that 20 odd years now.
Yeah.
I've got all of my copies signed. I've considered buying new copies if I go back to the Bushcraft show to get them signed and then.
Yeah.
But like get them signed for my nephews and my nieces so that they can then have that potentially that thing that's going to inspire their bit. But currently my favourite book is Paddle Your Own Canoe by Nick, what's his face, that plays Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation.
Do you know my favourite book? My favourite book is a kid's book.
I mean, yeah, like probably be the Topsy and Tim Chocolate Cookbook.
Topsy and Tim.
It was like the first book I ever brought, like at book fair at school.
Oh man, my favourite book. I don't know.
Still in my cookery collection.
Definitely not cookbook. I like cookbooks, but my favourite book. I don't know. I don't have like a favourite. I don't know.
You ever read a book you've read like cover to cover? You've stayed up all night to read a book?
No.
No.
So too many to choose from, but the tent, the bucket, and me. Oh my God, my wife read that years ago, and all I heard was
sounds like a live, love, laugh kind of. Or eat, sleep, pray, or whatever.
It was about girls going camping and stuff that happens, and she-wees and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, my wife was constantly laughing reading that. Oh man, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna remember. Oh, that's the book I really like. I'm reading Bear Grylls' new My Life or whatever it's called, and it's about him, how he tries to be not a religious man, but trying to live his life.
The Alpha program. He's a very religious man.
Yeah, no, but this book is a bit based on God, but about how he trusts us to be more of an open and honest man rather than just trying to be whatever. It's not a favorite book, but that's a book I'm kind of reading at the moment. That was a really bad answer, wasn't it? Should we play the next game?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Top 3. I'm very disappointed with myself. I couldn't answer that one. Very disappointed. All right, here we go. What's it going to be? Top 3 tips for teaching fire safety to scouts during camping trips. Oh my.
I mean, number 1 is always have a clear area around whatever fire surface you're doing.
Yeah.
If it goes into the fire, it doesn't come back out.
Yeah,
so you're not waving hot sticks. With the exception of the one that you push the coals around, which then goes into a bucket of water.
Which is only allowed for the leader.
Yeah. And
Is that 2 or 3 points?
That was 2, and that marshmallows should be burnt in the fire, not dropped on the ground outside the fire, because I'm fed up of it getting stuck to the bottom of my shoe.
And then, yeah. So top 3 fire safety for scouts during camping trips. I think making sure you have that perimeter, that zone. Teaching fire safety. Okay, so we're teaching. We're not. It's not like a campfire or anything like that. So we're showing. So I think the other thing is making sure that your first aid is up to date, that they know how to deal with burns, that they know how to cool it down with a hot water, or wrap it with cling film.
Yeah,
exactly right. And just making them aware that if you respect the fire, she's not going to burn you. You know what I mean? If you respect Mother Nature, but it's the moment you start messing around with it, then she's going to come and burn you. Stuart is saying fire suit. I don't know what fire suit is.
I'm thinking like that sparkly jacket that you have for your game show hosting, like
the glittery
fire patterns.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Adam. How to actually strike a match? Most adults don't. Yeah, making sure you have that cupping technique. That's a good point actually. And then I was at training camp the other weekend, and the guy nearly went through half a packet of matchsticks.
Is that our beaver leader?
No. He was actually quite good. And very good point actually. Hair tied back, no loose clothing. Yeah, and your neck making sure. The other thing actually, when you're doing fire lighting,
I don't wear beard oil now when I'm doing fire camping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're doing fire lighting and you're showing how to use a Ferrero rod.
Well, with this ambassador, with this Ferrero rod, you are spoiling us. Flint and Steel, Ferricium rod,
not Ferro. And you put cotton wool with some Vaseline on it. You have a chance of putting sparks on your lips. So just making sure that the young people and adults who are doing fire lighting don't have Vaseline or beard oil. We have got no running, making sure that you have that safe area. Absolutely,
clear space. Yeah.
Claire's saying we have so many cubs who are scared of striking matches as they have been taught by adults to be scared of fire, and that is one of the things. I was asked today about squirrels, about teaching them fire lighting.
I mean, it was part of the Beavers camp skills badge.
Beavers.
And I think that's probably about the age to introduce that. You could do some stuff with maybe a gas stove that's a little bit more controllable, but safe with squirrels. But like, I think the lighting part of that should be later on. Like everything should be how to progress it as they move through the sections.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think knowing my kids, they would never have understood that fire is dangerous and stuff. But fire is also a useful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they just see it and they're like, all scared of it. It's going to hurt me. But do they actually understand it? No. So maybe.
So I don't think you should be scared of fire. I think you should be scared of getting burnt from like.
Not the actual fire. Yeah. The consequences of it.
The consequences should not so much scare you so you don't do it, but like there should be an element of fear there to keep the control. So you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or restraint. So you show the respect.
The respect is the big word, man. I think that's what it always is. Always remember that that scouts are flammable. You're absolutely right there, Scoutistan. And I think I have one to hand. We were on training camp 2-3 weekends ago, and I actually want to do it. I tried to do it, and my firefighter mate decided to move up to Scotland. We were talking about how flammable the tents are, the dome tents, you know, the polyester tents, how quickly they can go up compared to Icelandic tents, which are fireproof. But the poly tents that everyone uses, the hiking tents, they go up in seconds. So thanks for the reminder.
Speak to a rep, I might see if I can get some fabric scraps and do that.
Very good idea. Instead of the tent that I threw away that I should have kept for that reason.
I'm pretty sure we've got some. That red one over there looks like a candidate.
No, exactly. I had a mate, a very good schoolmate of mine who's high up in London Fire Brigade, but he decided to move up to Scotland, and he was going to do a vlog with me about tent safety and around the fire. But hey, Maggie's saying for fire safety, always take the necker off neckerchief and keep it away from the tents.
Neckerchiefs and tents are very dangerous.
Why would you need to keep the neckerchief away from the tent? We're going to find out. Maggie, are you going to explain it? By the way, I am in one of my most sarcastic moods today, as I got told off.
Yeah, I've been on good
today.
behaviour, meeting the mortgage advisor, so I got a little bit of stuff to let out.
Cool. Come on, Maggie. I need to know. We had a good one. We had some good ones where people, I like it when you mistype things. And then you're like, what? As I do all the time. Right. I had a few more questions lined up.
See, I've known you long enough. I just read it and understand it. Is it
and then
meant
read it
to be done? Yeah.
In my voice. This is what we were talking about just the other week. And now it's going to come into the actual end of the summer holidays. We were talking about it 2 weeks ago about running scouts during the summer holidays. And we had lots of people say all different things. Right, let's go back to Maggie's thing. No, I meant to take negative, put the fire away. Put the fire
far away from
the tent. Okay, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Not put negatives away, don't put them in the tent.
Yeah.
Because where would you put your necker at the end of the night?
In the fire.
Ah, good. Dan, we used to old tents for fire demos. Trouble is, a lot of the new ones now have a 15-plus-year-old and not good enough to be burnt fire resistant. Well, we're going to find out. Ray works for
I mean, it's fire resistant. It's not fireproof.
No.
It just means it should withstand fire long enough that you can get out.
And then the zip goes. Ray works for a leading camping shop, so hopefully you might be able to blank some things. Right, we have got 10 minutes left. Right. What was it talking about? Scouts during summer holidays.
Yeah, it's right there on the screen.
So we were talking about this a few weeks ago in the vlog, and it wasn't very 50-50, but it was higher than what I was expecting. Quite a lot of groups are still running scouts or some sort of scouting through the summer holidays, and it just got me thinking about it. Charlotte, no, we don't meet for summer, but set beavers a challenge. What challenge you set them? Because Ray is going to set our scouts a challenge this summer. We were talking about it last week for the personal challenge badge.
Oh, yes.
And we've done it a few years ago, and it was absolutely very funny about some scouts said they were not going to use the internet. They were not going to use...
then you send them like a message over the internet, and they go, no, I haven't done this shit. Like, yes, we know. Computer games they were going to stop. Some people were going to improve their fitness. Some people were trying to do more press-ups, and it was good fun. So yeah, we are going to. Well, Ray's going to set them a challenge. I know that. I remember that. Jason, we're doing a hike over summer holidays with beavers, including firelighting. Nice, very good. Alison, we're not running in the holidays. We usually have a camp one of the weeks for half term, but nothing in the summer. I need a break, and that is the final statement. Is what it is. Yeah, I like the idea of maybe meeting up for like a short weekend, like an overnight, either at the hall or one of your local campsites in the summer. But like everyone's got, holidays and stuff. A lot of our people probably go to second homes in like France and Spain and stuff. So they're there for the entire 6 weeks. So just having something at the beginning, like maybe next weekend that we do like an overnight at the hall, maybe invite the parents down. We can do skills and stuff. Kids want to sleep over, they can. Yeah. If not, they can go home, do a campfire. Or
it's a hard one, isn't it? Because for years I've been thinking about this and I've been experimenting. And I did do one term for summer holidays and kind of half term, and I realized that actually what's the point in doing it for maybe 3 or 4 scouts? Because as Ray said, this one goes on holiday, that one goes on holiday, I go on holiday, you go on holiday. And then, we haven't got enough ratios and stuff. And then,
being that I don't have children, I don't go on holiday in the summer holiday. I wait until like September.
Because you've got the money as well. But...
Well, no, I don't. That's why I can't afford to go away in the 6 weeks.
Save the money. No, what I mean is that, like, if you run scouts, what's the point in running it for 3 or 4 scouts? And then if you put the whole section, can you run a whole program for beavers who are there, cubs who are there, and the scouts? You're not going to get the whole mix, and then the scouts aren't going to want to play games with the beavers. And I think mentally, for me, it's just a break where I'm off for those 6 weeks. I've got a few things sticking in my head, but I know I don't have to get to the Scout Hall on Thursday, and I can just relax a little bit. And holidays, I take like a 3-week holiday, so
I mean, it does fly by so fast anyway. The 6 weeks is just
not when you're a kid, though, are they? My niece, who broke up on Friday, text and say she's bored already. That's day 3. Day 3, and she's bored already.
So I miss being a kid because when my granddad retired, he'd be in the caravan on where we go on holiday, where I'd normally only be there for 2 weeks of the summer holiday. All of a sudden, I'm there for like 4-6 weeks. Like sometimes it'd even be you break up on the day, and you get picked up in the car, and you're zoomed off to the campsite that evening. Like,
oh man,
by 6 o'clock, I'm sitting on the bank of the river with a fishing rod out.
I was talking to one of the surgeons the other day, and I said, if our boss said to us, right, there you go, Mark, there's 7 weeks off the summer holiday, I'll be like, yes, thank you very much. But as a kid, you're like, 7 weeks? What? This is so boring. But if my boss said, just take the summer holiday, it'd be brilliant. Love it. I'm not going to complain.
Like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's boring. It'd be like, you knew you were going to have a day where you go to the bunny park.
Yeah.
From where I was.
I got all my little jobs around the house, the DIY stuff.
Day that you go see your great nan.
Well, that'll be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, mine was alive at the time. Yeah,
a spade dug her up. No,
my mum was a dinner lady, so like the last 2 or 3 days of my holiday, I'm back in school, sitting in the staff room of the canteen. Yeah.
Right, we've done that one. Rebecca, we once had a cub throw pine cones on fire. It sparked and the pine cones explode. The sparks caught the first aid tent and oh my god! I actually teach about how cool pine cones are and how flammable and the oils and stuff.
The resin, yeah.
But the pine cone then exploded and hit in the first. Oh god, it just sounds like one of those things. Dan, you got your trip coming up. We're meeting 20th of July, then summer trip 5th to the 12th of August. We meet again on the 25th of August and starting back on the 8th of September.
So after Gilwell reunion.
Perfect. We will be talking about Gilwell reunion very soon. And leaders social in the summer, time to recharge. Yeah, exactly.
Even better.
Exactly. What we normally do is that the kids have 6 weeks off school. We don't run for about 3 or 4 weeks, and a lot of the kids are on holiday for the first 3 weeks. Yeah, absolutely. So normally for me, I'm off. We go on holiday on the end of the summer holidays. But this year we're doing something a bit different. We're not going on this. Clear, we don't meet over summer holidays, but Scouts have a week-long summer camp. See, this is the big problem. I know 2 or 3 groups in our district that do have a week summer camp, and we're probably the minority that don't. And they always ask me, why don't you have a summer camp? And the answer is...
They throw out the argument that you should do it because it's tradition, but it's a movement. Movements move on. Forward. And you're just adapting to sort of the lifestyles of your young people that you've got today. Whereas a summer camp, 40, 50 years ago was a thing because the parents would have been working all the way through. They'd be like, there you go.
You're on the way for weeks.
Yep.
But I think for me, it might be different in 4 years' time when Thomas is a Scout age. But at the moment, to take a week off completely away from my family, my wife would never let me, and that's the thing.
Like my old district, we didn't do a group summer camp as such. We did like a few leaders from a few groups get together, and then we offer it out to
that's
a few other leaders.
Yeah, that's a good
so idea. You're not just the one group; you're like an amalgamation of groups, but then you go on camp together.
Yeah, I like that idea. Stuart, we don't meet during the holidays due to everyone on different weeks away. Exactly. We still keep in contact via Facebook. Challenges, bad work from home. Love it. Brilliant. Good idea. Jason, the 6 weeks drag so much.
Does it?
No. It actually does fly past a lot. As an adult, it does, doesn't it? Rebecca, we used to have camp at end of August, camp together. We could invite children from those special needs schools to join us. Love it. Brilliant idea. Loving that one. The school summer camp has 6 troops coming together. As Ray was just saying, that's what he used to do. We don't have summer camp due to annually restricted. Exactly. And
see, I read that as assistant leader. But then it makes no sense. Assistant leader restricted for leaders.
No.
But yeah, annual leave.
Annual leave.
I had to book mine
Yeah, you booked yours
October last
a
year.
Yeah.
So I had to guess where things were. So some of my events that I had planned, like reunion, was always that weekend. It's never
never
things I was
change.
able to go. I need that weekend off. And then like having looked back at the last 2 or 3 moots and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I want this week off, and I'm a week out.
Maybe that's what we should do for next year for our camps, is actually book those whole diary. That's a good idea. But no, I think what I was talking about, my annual leave. So my annual leave, I always take the Friday and the Monday off if we go for our weekend camps and stuff. And
the other thing is, my manager insisted on booking all my leave as week-long blocks.
Oh, so you can't take a day here and a day there?
No.
Oh my God.
But I had to book it from like Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
So like to go for totem camp, I had to be off that entire week, and then back to work on the Monday afterwards.
That makes no sense. Makes no sense.
The annoying thing was, he then scheduled me off on the Tuesday. So I'd been off a week, in for a day, and then off for a day. And I'm like, oh.
The joys of bosses. The joys of bosses. Let's just check one more thing before we go, just because we're coming to the end of time and we have to dash off. Let's just check the news. What is happening in the Scout world in the news? I was just, as you can see, I already see. We have got. We talked about that last week. Scouts the musical.
This year I knew quite a lot of people in the honors.
Who got the honors? Yeah, absolutely. We got the Scouts the musical review. That was really good. Unfortunately, now it's finished running, but
if anyone has video of Colin being called up on stage, I'd like to see it.
Hold your breath. Maybe reunion. I can't say that too loud. It hasn't been confirmed, but there's a high chance. Let me just take that one down. Let's see what else is happening in the news.
My wife was like, "Why did you go with Mark the other night?" I'm like, "Well, we were doing stuff." She went, "Yeah, we could have done it the other night." I'm like, "I also didn't want Mark to get me called up on stage."
Remember the Right Honourable the Earl of Ailey. He's the Vice President of the Scout Association. Oh, he passed away just a couple of weeks ago. That's very sad to hear. And also, they're really pushing digital skills, which I've been involved with, about just getting leaders to learn about technology. And there's questions. I've been answering questions. People are just saying, "Oh, how do you attach a Wi-Fi? How do you attach a printer? How do you do this?" Basic digital skills.
I mean, having changed my router this week, it's quite a lot involved, especially these days. Like, there's things I didn't think about, like having to change the Wi-Fi things on like smart light bulbs and stuff.
Yeah, the whole.
I've still got 2 light bulbs left to do. I've got to work out how to.
It's a whole load of thing, isn't it? It's a whole load of problems. So actually, there's not that much excitement happening in the Scout world, which is probably a good thing. So that leaves us to say thank you very much. We'll be back next week.
You will be.
I'll be back next week, minus Ray.
There's just.
Yeah, I just moved the camera. So next week is the last night of Scouts. We have still not decided what we're going to do with Scouts. We've got the choice of a water fight. We were going to go to the cinema, and I looked at the movies, and they were like,
"You didn't want to see the Barbie film."
No, it's not out yet.
It's not out.
It's not out yet. But the weather, that's the only thing.
Yeah. It looks quite fun, but like not a go to the cinema fun. It'd be like, you're watching it on Christmas Day because there's nothing else in telly fun.
No. Don't think we're going to take the Scouts.
Like Frozen.
Oh, God.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No. So yeah, last of Scouts, and then there'll be no live streams for the whole of the summer. I'll be taking some time off. Do you have a totem, chip, and fire pan chip?
Chip patches are Boy Scout of America. So I think I have a wood carving chip patch.
Chip. Stan, email me with some examples, because I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah, drop me an email. Actually, Ray is going to have a quick. Let's have a look now. Oh.
I mean, this is what I was saying about that.
Okay. Let's just
Scottish
quickly...
challenge badges. We could have adapted it like by going to the London Scottish Rugby Club to spend the day there.
What is a totem chip then? What is it? Is it a challenge?
It's an award in Scouts that shows the Scout understands. So it's kind of like what we were talking about with the knife permits, where they make a mistake, you chop a corner off. If they lose all 4 corners, they retake it. But that's just a badge to physically show that level of understanding.
Dan is asking, I think you should do a campfire chat on Saturday evening during August like you used to during the lockdowns. Yes, we will be there. I know Max and Colin are like desperate to do one of those. August should be fun. Should be fine. It's going to be one of those random nights that we don't plan, that we'll just text each other maybe an hour before and kind of go, right, who's around? We'll get Ray on board. We'll get Andy back. And then we'll do a all-nighter session. I don't know. See who's around. I miss those. Dan, I think that's where we really became really good friends. If I remember, that's how we met you in those all-nighter sessions that we had lots of international. What we tried to do is get to the time in their time zone of when we actually started in London time zone. We got really far. We would be up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning just chatting absolute rubbish.
Well, I mean, where I live, you're either going to hear aircrafts or marsh frogs.
No, we had those, and then you're, oh my god, it's 1 in the morning. We've been chatting about, and we get people coming on and chit chatting. That was absolutely brilliant. Happy to do a campfire chat. Yeah, absolutely, Jonathan. We will. That's a really good idea, Dan. Thank you very much for the reminder. We will do something. Like, it's always hard. Even we kind of miss the Scouts, but we don't tell them that. But we will do something. Yeah, Ian was involved in those lockdown chats as well. Absolutely brilliant.
It's like the Guy Scouts that we were talking about, with like badges for, like, you know, using a cable that you've kept for like 5 years in a drawer kind of thing.
There was as you saying that, there was something on Facebook. I wish I kept it. A guy had a wooden stick, and it was like from here, and it went whoop all out here. A 15-year stick he had for paint stirring, and what he wanted to do was
slice it through
and
see
seal
the
those layers of paint. So maybe that's the thing we could do. What was it?
Guy Scouts.
Guy Scouts.
Not Boy Scouts, Guy Scouts.
Love it. Andy's up for it, of course. Perfect timing. Right, guys, we are 2 minutes over our target time because we've got to go. Of course, we've got to go make a brew. We've got to get ready for Scouts. Tonight, the Scouts have been a bit naughty the last couple of weeks. I posted something yesterday about showing respect and stuff. So we're going to be going through that. Some respect, maybe code of conduct. We don't want to make it too much, but it's just.
Hey, Terry.
On holiday. Terry is currently in Cornwall.
I've seen the pictures. Yeah, it's like Sam's been downgraded to friend.
Hey, Siri, stop. That's my camera now. Yes, Terry, it's great to see you, man. Have a great holiday. Rebecca, thank you very much. That would be brilliant if you could drop me an email. We could do something at the summer holidays about social needs. I would really, really love that. So, code of conduct before summer.
Yes.
We definitely need it. We had last week was just enough. I told 3 Scouts, if you don't improve, just don't.
They sort of colluded to do the same. You know, you're doing a game and you get somebody that does something, like it was a tell a truth, tell a lie, and they sort of colluded and did the same things all along. So you just got, yeah.
It was such a pain, and it just spoils it. And it's been like after week after week after week, the same couple of Scouts doing it. And I basically just said, you know what, we've had enough, you know. And we also got our assistant Scout leader, who's a copper. She even done the spiel trying to get it from a police point of view of them just showing a bit more respect to adults. So hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that those 3 Scouts will improve. But we might have to just remind them that this is the way it is. Hey, La, good to see you. But unfortunately, you've come right at the end where we say thank you very much. Have a great week. Whatever you're doing in Scouts, stay safe. Follow us on Instagram. And if you like fishing, Ray has started up an Instagram all about fishing.
Well, no, just generally outdoorsy stuff.
And your Instagram is
Big Ray Outdoors.
Big Ray Outdoors. Oh, Sorry.
It's all right. Like the best part of the meal is the dessert at the end. You've just come right at the end.
Beautiful. But Stewarty has beat you to it. Scouter Sanchez. Stan, send me an email because I want to learn more about this totem chip to make sure it is what Ray is telling me about because I don't know. Yeah, guys, have a great week and I will see you next week on my own because Ray doesn't want to be here because
I'd want to be here over being at work, but I have to be at work.
Guys, have a great week.
See you later.
Shall I press the right button?